Let's go back to the 1990s. Walmart is generating $100 billion in annual sales. They have nearly 5,000 stores and a logistics network so precise it is the absolute envy of the retail world. They possessed the exact infrastructure required to conquer the internet. In fact, Walmart was successfully selling merchandise online years before Jeff Bezos shipped his very first book. Back in 1993, a Walmart technologist named Robert Davis led a small internal skunkworks team. He looked at the early internet and immediately saw a massive new shopping channel taking shape. Davis and his team went to work. By 1998, they had constructed a fully operational digital storefront, offering over 150,000 items, from music to configurable computers. Davis knew they had a massive head start. He also knew the window to dominate the market was closing. To scale this prototype, he needed corporate leadership to throw Walmart's vast budget and organizational weight behind the project. By the end of 1998, Walmart had a 5-year lead on the industry and the world's most advanced logistics engine. Every operational component required to own the future of retail was already functional and under one roof. In the summer of 1998, Davis walked into the office of CEO David Glass. He asked for the resources to take the online platform to the masses, telling leadership he would bet his badge on its success. Glass said no. He confidently predicted that online sales will never register more annual sales than the largest location of Sam's Club. Devastated by the rejection, Robert Davis resigned. He took his years of digital retail experience to an unprofitable, relatively unknown startup in Seattle named Amazon.com. Walmart did eventually launch Walmart.com 2 years later, in the year 2000, but they made a bizarre structural decision. They spun it off as a completely separate company with its own board of directors. This immediately isolated the digital team from the physical empire. Suddenly, the website operators had to fight store managers for inventory, budget, and corporate attention. By walling off the internet division from their massive retail footprint, Walmart built an organizational structure designed to fight itself. Here's a flowchart showing exactly how that internal friction worked. Store managers earned their bonuses based strictly on physical foot traffic and in-store sales. So if a customer bought a product online, it directly reduced the store manager's potential income. Naturally, the managers actively resisted online fulfillment. Now look at how the diagram changes when we apply the Amazon model. Because Amazon had 0 physical retail locations, they had 0 internal friction. Every single dollar, every employee, and every piece of code flowed directly toward expanding online sales. This extended to physical infrastructure. Amazon built supply chains meant to move individual items rapidly to a customer's front door. Walmart's world-class logistics network was rigidly built to move pallets of goods to centralized stores, and they refused to compromise that system. Caught in this internal gridlock, Walmart treated e-commerce like an under-resourced side project for the next 16 years. Having the best distribution network on Earth is entirely useless if your incentive structure punishes your own employees for embracing the future. Let's jump ahead to 2012. The retail landscape looks completely different, and Amazon's frictionless approach to scaling has quietly taken over the market. This chart illustrates the brutal financial reality of that year. Walmart generated $7.7 billion in e-commerce revenue. Amazon reached $61 billion, making them 8 times larger than the company that practically invented online retail. That December, Walmart CEO Mike Duke made a rare public confession. He admitted, "When I look back, I wish we had moved faster. We should have moved faster to expand this area." 4 years later, Walmart took an act of desperation. They paid a massive $3.3 billion to acquire Jet.com, an online startup run by Mark Lohr that had only existed for 2 years. Writing a check that large for a 2-year-old company was a massive white flag. It proved that Walmart's internal culture was too paralyzed to innovate organically. This is the trap of legacy blindness. When you ruthlessly optimize your entire organization around a current cash cow, you inherently destroy your ability to adapt to new realities. If a massive corporation refuses to cannibalize its own legacy business, a hungry startup with absolutely nothing to lose will gladly do it for them.